For the Fantastic Four being one of my favorite Marvel teams, my Lego Fantastic Four collection is a little bit sad, with my figures that are more official, only being Doctor Doom and the Bombastic Bagman. This is an official minifigure. This one's printed by Funny Bricks. I do have some bootlegs of all the characters, but I want to upgrade those to custom minifigures. So I was lucky when Earthly Bricks released this Fantastic Four set here, which I knew I had to buy immediately, just so now I have basically the whole team of the more human type characters. Very excited to take a look at these, so let's go ahead and pop open the packaging, which is going to have a very nice plastic container to hold all these different parts. Get an individual tile for each of the characters. There's only 20 sets of these, and I got number 11 out of 20. Right off the bat, you can see each of these is going to have black printed boots, but they also include individual unprinted blue legs for everybody. And you get an extra head for Sue and an extra set of legs with the 4 symbol on them. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and throw one of these on the stand and take a look. We'll start with Reed, or Mr. Fantastic, just because if you read the comics, this is the one of the most glaring issues with it, honestly, and probably the most inaccurate of the 3 of them. The suit looks fine, but why does he have black hair? I don't think there's ever been a comic where it's black. It's always been brown, and the eyebrows also have black hair on them, so it's going to just look a bit off. You know, Lego does kind of default to black eyebrows, so maybe that isn't the worst detailing, but this hair definitely needs to go. Let's try out some different combos, which if we're sticking with the black, at least use Lego's Doctor Strange hair with the temples. This might be the best official option, but the coloring is still wrong there. I feel like that kind of combed over look, which I do think is a good hair option for a lot of male characters. This actually kind of reminds me a lot of Jack Kirby's drawings of him. No temples though. Love to get those printed like the black version. And really a lot of these brown hair pieces are going to work pretty well for him. One last just official piece. That might be a little bit too long. And one last option printed by Citizen Brick, which has the temples. It's from the Mad Max minifigure. That's decent. I'll just leave that on for a bit. Getting to the legs, which is kind of the most interesting part, is that they are wraparound black printed. The outside and also on the inside. Inside of the legs looks a little bit off. You know what? It doesn't even look printed at all, which is unfortunate. There's some black on the outside, though. Would have liked to have seen that detailing continue all the way inside. On the arms, there's some sort of implied top of glove printing that doesn't continue all the way around, so it looks a little bit off. I feel like they could have cut the cost on this a little bit by removing the arm printing. I think it would have looked fine without it. Back looks great, you know, just black belt, black sort of collar area, which continues from the front. The Ford logo looks pretty good with the white, and then also the black outline. Looks like there might be some off shaping on the Ford where there's some extra printing that looks a little too thick and just throws off the look of it. In this face, you know what, it's fine. The eyes might be a little bit too big for my liking. They don't really fit the scaling for what Lego usually does. And of course, since this is just a Lego sized minifigure, you are not going to get any options for his powers. To be expected. Let's go and throw on the normal blue legs, and I have another head option I want to show off. And it's going to be the plain blue legs, but also this Pedro Pascal head, since he is rumored to play him in the MCU. I think this is a cool look. You know, it's not going to match the other one since this is a lot more realistic, but makes you imagine a bit. And this isn't the only official leg option that you have, since with the Disney line, Oswald the Rabbit has some cool dual molded legs. It'll also be a good option. And it might take a bit of time for me to track down a couple more copies of these legs, but this looks great. It's not going to have the weird issues with the inside since it is going to be dual molded. And it's not going to be as shiny with the ink. I'll point out some more leg flaws on the next figure we look at, but this is Reed, and this is going to be the standard body. Johnny's probably going to use the exact same torso. And let's go into him. And I'm definitely right, torso's the exact same. The head's going to be different though. I do really like that. See, he kind of has like that fire glowing look, like he's about to flame on. Looking at it with the black light, there's a little bit of glow with the orange. Might be a little bit more noticeable now. So that's kind of nice. It is too bad though, it doesn't come with a normal, more neutral face. But, you know, Lego has some decent options for a character like this. all of my comments on this figure so far are going to stay the same. Torso looks pretty good. The arms, bit iffy. Maybe I could get some glove top parts to blend in the gloves a little bit better. And it's a bit weird if you look at the curve of the leg. You can see some of the black ink that is left over. So I'm not sure how they got the boots on, whether they spray painted the whole leg and then printed blue over or something like that. But there are some remnants of the process that does throw off the look a little bit. You're not going to notice on the side since it's probably easier to color as it is just flat. Same with the back. Inside of the legs again, where it's just not completely finished. It's weird that on one leg it seems like it almost is, and on the other it shows blue. It was the same on Reed. So I'm not sure why they are a bit inconsistent like that. I would have liked to have seen the black wrapping all the way around, but at least on the outside it looks decent. And since I already kind of showed it off with the legs, it's going to be the exact same on this figure. So I don't really have to show that off. And I don't have any good face options right now to show alternative looks for this, but I do really like the flame on effect. That does look cool and is unique. Let's go on to Sue. And I think it's easy to say that the Invisible Woman is going to be the most impressive minifigure out of the whole bunch, since it is going to feature completely unique parts other than the legs. Torso is going to be unique. It also comes with the extra head. By default, it comes with the invisible version on here. The printing is going to be a little bit more subtle since it is clear. Block out some light maybe to get a bit better of a view. Looks decent. It's nice to get the clear hair piece as well to get this whole effect. And if you have clear torso and legs, this kind of ties the look together and gives you a good option for her using her powers other than just having no minifigure. So just want to show this off quick, and we'll go with the normal Sue head now, which again features a nice part use. You know, I think this fits for a lot of the different drawings of her, being that more Karen cut. Definitely fits the Jack Kirby 60s look. And even that face print is going to be pretty good, I think. It looks pretty unique, you know, nothing's glaring to me. Like the mouth design, the eyes seem pretty normal sized. Just have a little bit of eyelash detailing as well. Torso again is going to be nice and clean. A little bit of line detailing to give the shape of the body a bit more. And the legs are going to be the exact same. So same sort of comments about those, same with the arms. But I am really liking the version of the character here, especially with the clear head and the hair. That is really nice to get. One more thing I want to show off here. And just because she's the last figure, they did include this other set of legs with the 4 on the left side. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be like the Thing's legs. Usually his design has the printing on the legs like that. Otherwise, I'm not 100% sure which figure you're supposed to use these on, since all of them have the 4 symbol on the chest. But you know what, I guess I can figure out a way to use these if somebody puts out a Thing torso and head. For now, though, don't have any options for that, so they're just going to sit in my bag in the bin for now. But we'll see in the future. All that being said, let's go ahead and get to the comparisons and the final verdict. I will say this Fantastic Four set will not be perfect, but for what is available on the market right now, I do think this is one of the better options. The legs are really the only thing that's a little off-putting to me. You know, for the most part, the black does look good, but having the extra ink left over in the creases of the legs is a bit interesting. I wish they would have been able to remove that in some way. I think overall the parts here are a good basis for a Fantastic Four set. You know, you could swap out arms, add extra pieces to add glove tops, switch out the legs for dual molded ones to give an even better look, and switch out the Mr. Fantastic hair. In some way, I do think the Doctor Strange version with the print is fine. If you're going for the black hair look, obviously I would prefer a brown, but not something that exists right now. I think out of the 3, Sue is going to be the best figure. I think the hairpiece and face work very good for her, and her torso being exclusive, since it's not reused by the other 2 characters, looks good. Plus, not only do you get the good, normal, unpowered version, I think the clear hair and head are a great addition and are going to pair well with a transparent leg and torso set if you have one. And these figures are going to be, you know, very comic based, but if you put them next to other custom or official LEGO figures that fit in the same sort of theme, the detailing isn't going to stick out too much. And it's kind of fun to put them next to these Ling Inhumans minifigures that I reviewed a couple months ago, since they are very strongly tied together in the comics. Speaking of other brands that have made these, I think the only one that really have done the Fantastic Four recently are MRM Prints, but so far they've only done Johnny Human Torch and doesn't have flamed up effects or anything. It is a little weird on their figures. They don't have any printing on the back, so it's just side and front, sort of boot printing, nothing on the back. So not a great look, and it's going to be about the same amount of money to buy all three as this set here, so glad I picked up these ones. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but the extra leg set there is going to be fun to have too. But let me know, what do you guys think? Are these good enough representations, or are you going to be looking out for more in the future to see if there are better options? I don't know. I feel like for now, these are good. And I'd be interested to see what MCU versions of these suits look like. And if LEGO ends up releasing a LEGO set of them, you know, they could be pretty good options. But I'm going to keep my eyes open. Maybe somebody will do a better job down the line. But for now, glad to have these. If you want to see more custom LEGO Marvel minifigure reviews or custom LEGO content overall, check out all the videos on my channel. I've been Brick Raddy Up, and I'll see you in the next video.